Are you diving into Angular 4 unit testing and feeling a bit confused about the best way to select elements? You're not alone. Today, we're exploring the differences between using de.query with by.css and the native element API. I totally get it. When you're just starting out with Angular 4 unit tests, it can be overwhelming to choose between different methods for selecting elements. Many developers have faced this same question, and it's completely valid. Here's the specific question we're tackling today. One user asked, is there any advantage to using de.query with by.css over the native element API of de.nativeElement.querySelector? They want to know if there's a performance difference or any specific reasons to choose one method over the other. So what's the deal with these two methods? Both approaches can yield the same result, but they come with different implications in terms of testing practices and maintainability. Let's break it down. And stick around. At the end of this video, I'll share a tip that could enhance your testing strategy and make your code cleaner. To begin, let's clarify the purpose of using de.query with by.css versus using de.nativeElement.querySelector. The user should understand that both methods ultimately select elements from the DOM, but they do so in slightly different ways. The first advantage of using de.query with by.css is that it integrates better with Angular's testing utilities. This method allows for more readable and maintainable tests, especially when dealing with complex selectors. On the other hand, using de.nativeElement.querySelector can be more straightforward for simple selections. It directly accesses the native DOM element, which might be faster in some cases, but it lacks the additional features provided by Angular's testing framework. In terms of performance, the differences are generally negligible for most use cases. However, the user should consider maintainability and readability of tests as more important factors when choosing between the two methods. In conclusion, the user should choose de.query with by.css for more complex scenarios and when leveraging Angular's testing capabilities. For simpler cases, de.nativeElement.querySelector is perfectly acceptable. Fun fact, did you know that Angular was first released in 2010? It has evolved so much since then, and yet some of the fundamental questions remain the same. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. This user suggests an alternative approach when selecting elements in Angular unit tests. They recommend first using by.css to select a parent element like a div, and then using native element's query selector to find a child element, such as an h2. This method allows for more specific targeting within the DOM structure. Here's the tip I promised. When writing tests, prefer using de.query with by.css for better integration with Angular's testing framework. It can lead to more maintainable and readable tests. And there you have it. Understanding the differences between these two methods can help you write better tests in Angular 4. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more tips and tricks.